Did Coach Prime tell you guys 3 years ago that if a white college offers me a job, I will leave you immediately? Did he tell y'all that?
Recently, Dr. Umar Johnson had an opportunity to be on The Breakfast Club. And of course, the topic of conversation had a lot to do with University of Colorado's new head coach, Deion Sanders, formerly of Jackson State. Now, that episode was not or has not been released to the public yet, but it will be circa YouTube in the next 2 to 3 days. But Dr. Umar Johnson did speak about that experience in his debates with Charlamagne the God. And while Dr. Umar Johnson does appreciate some of the great things that Deion Sanders provided for the Jackson State University, Dr. Umar Johnson is a pro-black, and you know where his stance is going to be on the issue. I'd like to play a few snippets of his response to Deion Sanders leaving, and then we'll come back.
If you are a member of the football team of Jackson State University in Mississippi, please text message Dr. Umar or send me a voicemail or send me an email or send me an inbox. I'm talking to the football players of HBCU Jackson State University. Did Deion Sanders tell you guys up front when he took the job? Charlamagne and I disagreed on this today during the Breakfast Club interview. My brother Charlamagne and I disagreed on this today during the Breakfast Club interview. My question to the Jackson State University football players, did Coach Prime tell you guys 3 years ago that if a white college offers me a job, I will leave you immediately? Did he tell y'all that? Did Deion Sanders tell the players of Jackson State that as soon as a Division I white school offers me a job, I'm leaving? Did he tell you that? Because according to what I saw him say, according to what I heard him say, he said he would consider or entertain. He would consider or entertain. He did not say he would be jumping up and running to the white school the minute they offered him a bag. He did not say he would be abandoning Jackson State after 3 years. Now let me continue. It's okay for us to disagree. My standard is different from your standard. It's okay for us to disagree. My standard is different from your standard. You have a selfish, follow the money, me over the people standard. Let me say it again. We can disagree. Many of you niggas watching this have a selfish, follow the money, it's me over the movement mentality. That's who you are. That's who Deion is. I understand that mentality, but I don't endorse it. And I'm not going to co-sign it. And I'm going to explain to you why Deion Sanders' decision was not good for Black America. I'm going to explain it to you. Charlamagne talked about how he has helped children. Kudos to him. Charlamagne talked about he gave up some of his salary. Kudos to him. Charlamagne talked about how he helped Jackson State get some athletic contracts, all of which will be taken back after he's gone. Now that he's gone, they're going to lose all those contracts now that he's gone. He took care of Jackson State while he needed Jackson State. I'm going to say it again. Deion took care of Jackson State while he needed Jackson State. Let me say it one more time. Deion took care of Jackson State while he needed Jackson State. I applaud the good things Deion Sanders has done in his community. I applaud the good things Deion Sanders has done in his community. And I know most of you Black men were raised in a house where religion was more important than your race. So I understand why money is more important than you, than saving your people. I get it. I understand. You and me are different. That's okay. I understand your selfishness. I understand your pursuit of money. See, this is why we are not the generation that should receive reparations. This is why we are not the generation that should receive reparations. This is why Black America's addiction to money far outweighs our loyalty to community. Black America's addiction to money far outweighs our loyalty to community. Every other culture is after power. We are after dollars. Every other culture is after power. We are after the dollar. Every other people are in pursuit of power, and we are in pursuit of the unholy dollar. First you get money, then you get power. That is not correct. I can tell you've been politically uneducated. I can tell you've been politically uneducated. Look at all the basketball players we got, scared to speak up. Look at all the football players we got, scared to speak up. So you Negroes who think money equal power, you really think money equal power? Really? Show me where. Show me. I'm looking for that. Show me with Oprah Winfrey. I'm looking for that. Show me with Tyler Perry. I'm looking for that. Show me with Bob Johnson. I'm looking for that. Show me with Puffy Combs. I'm looking for that. Show me where money equals power in Black America. Because every Negro we know with a lot of money has a lot of fear. Every Negro we know with big bucks is a big coward. So money don't equal power, you thirsty. In order for you to fully understand why Deion Sanders' decision was so tragic and reprehensible, in order for you to understand why Deion Sanders' decision to abandon a black school for 98.5% white University of Colorado, he's leaving a predominantly black college for a 98.5% white university. The University of Colorado has 1.6% black students. That's all the athletes. That's all the snow bunny loving athletes. That's all the snow bunny loving athletes. And then on top of that, he taken the best players with him from Jackson State. So not only is Deion leaving Jackson State, he took the best players with him, and you Negroes are trying to tell me that that was not an act of betrayal.
Now, Dr. Umar Johnson says a few things that I'd like to personally deal with. One of the things is that, he really respects the fact that that Deion Sanders brought those resources to the school, and that was very great. And many of us feel that way about Deion Sanders. However, he started talking about a great portion of black men who agree with Deion Sanders' decision to leave Jackson State for the University of Colorado. And he said, for a lot of black men, you grew up in a house where religion was more important than your people. So obviously, taking the money is something that you would do. And he really summed that up as to why. Well, black men don't understand power. Now, in that exchange, somebody came in the comments and said, well, money equals power. And, one thing I like about Dr. Umar in this particular rant, he said the guy really straight, whoever the person was. He said, listen, look at all of these black people that you say that have power, but they're scared to talk. I can talk about some of them right now. Damon John, scared to death. Oprah, scared to death. LeBron James, scared to death. Most of these people that have money in the United States don't have any power. But now, if Deion Sanders, and I'm not saying that he should have stayed, because obviously there's more information coming out stealing from the administration, a lot of incompetence, which I honestly believe I knew that coming from the administration. And that's something that Deion isn't talking about, right? You know, sometimes you got to be pro-black and stay, even though you're dealing with incompetence. But now I want to get back to this point, which is black people don't understand power, and other groups understand power. See, other groups won't sell their people out for a dollar figure as much as our group will, which is the reason why when you go into Black Philadelphia, shout out to George Makins, you don't see any stores, because we don't care about our people enough. And I know what you're gonna say, it's hard dealing with your people, it's hard dealing with the black community. I get it, but what's the opportunity cost of you not dealing with your people? Let's say, for example, and I've been here in Black YouTube for quite some time. If I wasn't in the Black YouTube sector of social media, or if I wasn't in any kind of black sector, the opportunity cost of me not being able to deal with the community I want to, or deal with the people, would be I wouldn't have this particular income. I have this income because of the sort of content that I produce, because there's a need for it. And because of that, I'm able to work with people, partner people, hire and fire, collaborate with people that I would never have the opportunity if I was in, let's say for an example, in the greater world. And I'm rewarded handsomely for it because of my dedication to creating content for this particular group. I'm just using myself as an example. And the opportunity cost is that money can be reinvested into doing more for the particular group that I'm trying to gain as a customer base, or as an entertainment base, or as whatever kind of base I'm trying to, establish for myself. Then you can actually develop more talent for your particular group to amplify what you're doing for your particular group. That makes somebody powerful if you're dealing with that particular group, because the group of people that can take it away is only my group, which they're less likely to do that. Now, we might talk all bad, we want to talk about black people, but that's true. That's why people, a lot of the rap artists like Burna Boy in Nigeria, you got Davido, Wizkid, they have more power than the guys in the States do. Nollywood guys have more power than the guys have in Hollywood, because you can't get rid of them. You can't cancel them. The only folks who can cancel them is the blacks. That's what Deion was talking about, making a power move so that you own the industry. It's fair to say that the people who are millionaires or billionaires, they don't have any real ownership in the industry because it's limited. And when Deion is talking about keeping the blacks in the talent in the same space, in the same community, many of us can't see it because we're not taught to look at power like that as blacks, or developing our own base, or developing our own people, or developing our own stadiums, developing our own industries based off the fact that Jackson State's selling out games and things like that. And I get that Deion had a lot of problems. I'm not discounting that, but that's Dr. Umar Johnson's argument, that we don't have anything because other groups think of power. That's why you have Chinese and Asian-owned corner stores in the black community, and which is the reason why we don't, because other groups understand power in which we don't. That's why we work for them. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.